The best solid axle RC monster truck on the market just got even better. The brand new Losi LMT 2.0 is packed with a bunch of cool features, making this platform more realistic, durable, and capable than ever before. It includes Spectrum's new drive technology, which helps you pull off two-wheel tricks just like the full-size Monster Jam trucks. Let's take a look at how Losi stepped it up with the Gravedigger and Son of a Digger LMT 2.0. The LMT 2.0 comes ready to run out of the box with everything besides a battery and charger. Along with the truck, you receive 4 AA batteries, a foam block for the battery tray, a bag of rubber battery straps, a set of optional 5-degree front C-hubs and 3-degree rear lockouts, a black antenna tube, a quick start guide, and the owner's manual, which is definitely worth reading. You also receive the Spectrum DX3, which is a really nice RTR transmitter. These DX3 radios feel nice and allow you to make all of your typical adjustments, but this specific DX3 includes some special adjustments for the LMT 2.0. We have a target angle knob allowing you to adjust the angle that the truck tries to maintain during certain stunts. There's also a roll trim knob that lets you tune certain tricks. Down a little further, the rocker switch by the throttle trigger is now programmed to toggle through the different drive modes. We'll talk more about these drive modes a little later in the video, so stay tuned. One of the first things to mention about this truck is its size. The LMT 2.0 is slightly longer, taller, and wider than its predecessor. It's around the size of the LMT Mega Trucks since it now uses the same suspension links and center drive shafts, giving it a 15-inch wheelbase. You'll also notice that this truck sits on some all-new BKT tires that look a lot more realistic than the old tires thanks to a lower profile tread pattern, along with BKT logos printed on the sidewalls. They're glued onto some new wheels with colored beadlock rings that can actually be removed, allowing you to customize or replace them. Looking around the backside, you can see that Losi decided to get rid of the short course style design and instead go with some standard 2.6-inch wheels. The 17mm hexes in the center have a slightly wider offset as well to give the truck more stability. Peeking out from behind those wheels and tires, we have a total of 8 shocks on this truck. Losi went for the nitrogen shock appearance with one internally sprung shock on each corner, along with a dampening shock that's only filled with oil. They even added plastic accumulators just for looks that clamp down and slide into some grooves on the shock bodies, which is a pretty cool design. It looks like a few of them flop around a bit, but that shouldn't be an issue. The chassis plates are now powder coated to match the truck. The LMT 2.0 chassis is almost identical to the chassis in the LMT Mega Trucks, but it looks like they had to tweak the front and rear plates in order to mount all of those shocks. Next to the shocks, Losi redesigned the front and rear sway bars. The old sway bars would commonly break, but now we have what looks to be a much stronger design that resembles an aftermarket sway bar. Once again, Losi nailed the detail of these, even down to the little welds on the arms. This truck now has some crossbars for the upper suspension links as well to add some rigidity. Steering the truck up front, we have a new Spectrum S680 servo with a 25-tooth spline, which looks to be a nice upgrade over the previous servo. There's also a new dual-step helical servo saver on the front that looks quite impressive. We now have 2-piece axle housings with larger pinion bearings to replace the old 4-piece design. This should improve durability and prevent debris from getting inside, but accessing the diffs will be slightly less convenient. In addition, they updated the lower 4-link mounts to have wider spacing for better support. The 8-shock setup also required new lower shock mounts. Losi beefed up the rear lockouts to prevent the ends from cracking as well. All 3 differentials inside the LMT 2.0 now run 1 million weight diff oil and utilize new heavy-duty diff cups. These new diff cups now have crosspin blocks and are slightly larger to hold more fluid. The outside of them are smooth, which will be a lot easier to clean grease off of. In the very back of this truck, Losi added a new low-profile wheelie bar that's similar to the design on the TLR-tuned LMT. I love the looks of it, and it seems to be the perfect length to not get caught on obstacles. It also has a little crossbar with a spot to mount a flag, which is pretty cool. I believe the antenna tube that's included is intended to be used in this as a flagpole. Right under the wheelie bar, Losi added a spring-loaded twistable lock for the roll cage. By twisting it and removing the body clips on each side of the truck, the body now flips forward for easy access. Inside of the LMT 2.0, we have 3 to 4S capable electronics. They stuck with the Spectrum Firma 130 ESC, but updated it to the black version. It's hooked up to the same Spectrum 2800 kV brushless motor that comes in the LMT Megatrucks. Right above that, they also carried over the Megatruck battery tray. Losi redesigned the receiver box and electronics tray, so the receiver now sits in front of the ESC. Inside of the new receiver box, the 6-channel receiver is where all the magic happens. It's equipped with Spectrum Drive technology, which is a tool designed to assist your throttle and steering inputs when you're attempting two-wheel tricks. With the push of a button on the DX3 transmitter, you can toggle between 3 different drive modes: Unlimited, Wheelie, and Freestyle Mode. To test out these modes, we're going to take things outside. In order to get the best results with these stunt modes, it's recommended that you choose a flat, high traction surface to drive on. These tires also need a few battery packs to break in for optimal performance. Diving right into it with Wheelie Mode, this setting is meant for pulling off tricks on either the front or rear tires. Just like any RC vehicle, in order to wheelie, you have to punch the throttle hard enough to bring the front tires off the ground. Once you're in the wheelie and reach the target angle that you set with the knob on the transmitter, the Spectrum Drive system kicks in and helps the truck keep that angle. I honestly didn't know what to expect with this Spectrum Drive technology, but it ended up kind of blowing my mind because it actually works quite well once you get the hang of it. The truck is able to carry out wheelies oftentimes without even hitting the wheelie bar for some long distances. You have to stay in the throttle like you would for any other wheelie, but the Drive Assist feathers the throttle for you to keep the truck almost perfectly balanced. It kind of caught me off guard at first because it feathers the throttle so quickly that it sounds like something's glitching out. This also works when you hit reverse, allowing you to pull off nose wheelies and moonwalks. Because of the steering, it gets a little wobbly, making it slightly harder to carry these out long distances, but still does a great job of keeping the hood off the ground. My favorite part of Wheelie Mode is the fact that you can actually pull off stoppies. When you're driving forward and slamming the brakes to bring the rear tires off the ground, the drive technology kicks in and feathers the brakes to keep the truck from rolling end over end. You have to stay in the brakes for this one and really trust the process. When the truck slows down, you can let off the brakes or tap the throttle to bring it down. After a bit of practice, it is possible to link these tricks just like the full-size Monster Jam trucks do. Next up, we have Freestyle Mode. This setting allows you to perform bicycles in addition to wheelies and stoppies. I was told the best way to pull off a bicycle is to drive the truck in tight circles and slowly apply more throttle until the inside wheels start to lift off the ground. Once the wheels are high enough, you just stay in the throttle and center the steering for the drive system to take over. To set the truck down, you simply let off the throttle and the truck will come to a stop and automatically steer itself to land back on all 4 BKT tires. Bicycles are the trickiest stunt to pull off in my opinion, but probably one of the coolest. You can do bicycles off of different obstacles, but that also takes a bit more practice. You're not guaranteed to nail a stunt every single time since the system isn't perfect, but neither are we. Finally, we have Unlimited Mode. In this mode, there's no driving assist whatsoever. It's plain and simple, giving you forward, brake, and reverse to pull off whatever stunts your heart desires. In Unlimited Mode, the LMT 2.0 feels like your typical LMT Megatruck, but with monster truck tires. After a handful of battery packs through this truck and some abuse, it's still in one piece. A couple of the shocks did start leaking a bit, unfortunately. The new steering servo and servo saver combo is surprisingly strong, so you might not have to rush out and upgrade them like a lot of other ready-to-run vehicles. We'll have to see how they hold up in the long run, of course. Since the Losi LMT first came out in 2020, there really hasn't been another ready-to-run solid axle monster truck that has come close to competing with it. You can tell a lot of thought and effort went into this 2.0, and I want to thank Losi for sending it out. Check out the affiliate links in the description for more info on the Gravedigger and Son of a Digger LMT 2.0. Like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.